well-being of business people. Welcome to the Bumper Show, Mr. Strutter.
Thank you.
You know, stranger to this place anyway.
Oh, no, sure. This is our place.
Okay. How has it been in the past? Let me just pull it. Maybe the past 3 months since the transition. How has it been with the business association?
Actually, things are okay. We are working with the new government to make sure that we promote our people to see that what the government says, think Liberia, build Liberia, and love Liberia to make sure we achieve this the kind of agenda that the president has put forth.
Okay.
And I can see that he is moving in the direction. And so we all need to give him support to make sure that Liberians see the reason why they are Liberians.
Have you, besides the initially when the president took over, I know you and some of your officials at the Business Association visited his home. But since inauguration and all of that, have you had an official meeting with the president?
We are now officially visited the president as a member of the business association, but I also saw with the president recently when he did his committee appointment, and which of course Liberia Business Association were represented by me, and I was there. I showed him with the president, and we listened to him again for the second time, telling us what really his ambition is for the country. So I think we are on course, although we are now have a formal meeting as private sector engaging the president want to lay out things that we want to see within the private sector for now. But at least we are working, and whatever he's doing, some engagement, he try to look up to us to be able to be part of it.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go more into the business association on the program, but I actually call you because I got your stance. We follow the issue of this Painesville City Corporation, no selling, no parking in restricted area in the city center, but you were specific about your market people, the marketers, and you said that that decision should have been holistic, even though it was on yesterday after the city corporation said it had given 3 months of prior notice to these people. It was on yesterday they kick off the the enforcement, and it was on yesterday you made a statement. So the argument became, didn't the business association president know about this enforcement exercise among the business people?
Okay, this is the reason why I said the action would have been holistic. Holistic in sense that I mean it should be a conglomeration of leaderships coming together to streamline things for the betterment of our people. The PIM yesterday, sorry that the major, I tried getting to him yesterday and he sent me a text that he's out of the country. He intend to be in the country today. We said yesterday there was some people who was in leadership who was not mature enough on administrative matters. Today, this is a government that is well schooled, that should know exactly what to do. So we who are in leadership, we have to coordinate the activities. Now, everybody in leadership, there is a division of labor. There are specific things that you cannot do unless you get to the next person to be able to move it forward. You still achieve a kind of desired goal. My issue have been, if the mayor of the city saw that they are facing the runner ball in the Painesville city and he needed some distance of business people not going closer. When he started passing his circular, because I asked the people yesterday, I just got to know yesterday. Wow. Okay, yeah, because no communication. Same mayor to office. There have been we wrote in before to see to have an audience to look at a platform that he bring to the city as in the interest of the business people, but we are not being able to meet. Okay, so I still feel that maybe when he adjusts himself, he's going to call us. But this identical issue that took place yesterday, we were never informed at the head of an institution that, okay, as they finish the place, we want to see that the people give a distance away. And then we want to see how we can get our business people settled. We were going together to work together as a team to relocate our people. Okay, this is the demarcation where to sell this place, and this is the area allocated for you to go. In that case, we have no north into the place. But yesterday, unfortunate situation here is you told the people, according to the message I got, your message to them was, come July 1st, there will be no selling around here. But your action did not go July 1st. Your action came the 30th of June in the night, like you have told people, and they have refused to act onto what you say. So going after them in the night and breaking down things and taking away their businesses and putting them in a vulnerable situation, for me, it was not prudent. These people are not criminals. They are business people. They are people that we are here for. So if you think the measure that you want to put in place, you want it to work with the institution that govern the identical set of people. I believe administratively that's what we should be engaged in.
Another argument, Mr. Strutter, is that the business association probably focus on other businesses, and their attention is not on these smaller businesses like the petty traders and the street peddlers. This is why the Painesville City Corporation didn't engage you, but maybe engage the leadership of the petty traders and other street peddlers.
Let me say something to you. Yesterday, Liberia business people, everybody have their own leadership. They move everywhere to do everything. But as far as we are concerned, as far as LIBA is concerned, LIBA is the voice of the voiceless for all the private businesses, indigenous Liberian businesses. So whether you could be an informal sector to a formal sector, we got a sole responsibility. So what government need to do? LIBA was created for government to work, for them to work with government to make sure create credible indigenous Liberian businesses. That's the reason why LIBA was created. So government should channel all the grievances that has to go to indigenous Liberian businesses through LIBA. LIBA will look for the then subsector head that control that identical area to bring them to both for discussion. You won't see yourself having any headache with the private sector because a chain, if one of the chain is breached, there is a problem. Now, you talk about maybe they discuss with them. Maybe it's you just figure out.
They talk with those leaders.
Now if you talk with a leader, what was the decision reached? Gentlemen, this is why you guys been doing one or two, but we want to clear this place to get this thing going. So therefore, we want to see that you guys relocate yourself to this area. And then from there, we can see our city going on. Nobody will say no. And more, or if we are informed, we will get involved and get to make sure that they do what they want to do. Again, legally, they also in the error because you told me July 1st, but you come in on the 30th to start to move my things when I'm not present. You said your voice said the tape listen to today say 1st of July, there will be no selling here. This is the demarcation. Go beyond this level. And then you said at night, 11 o'clock on June 30th, you came after people on Sunday. People are not into the field like that. Their businesses are all kept around the supermarket and other places. And you come in the night where people will pick up and clearing it out and taking it to your area.
Besides the tables, the makeshift structures that were,
they are belonging,
other businesses,
personal goods.
Okay, their goods and things
were seized.
Wow.
Were seized. And some were confiscated. You cannot locate them. And at the Painesville City, some people went after their goods. They're telling to pay $50 before they can get a good. What is it? The reason? Are there different people? Are they foreigners into the country? You want to treat them that they are not the citizens of this country? No, we don't do that. So my own issue is I do not want to talk more about it. When I called the mayor, he was not in the country. I still wait for him to engage in constructively because I have to speak for the people.
So while you are with the mayor, and I'm sure you people will have your discussion, and probably we can get something, concrete from there. But what's running through your mind? What's your plan? Because the city corporation says is unbending about this one. They are enforcing this. So what's your plan? To maybe join them to relocate these people. Just what's the plan for LIBA?
We are not against any development. We as a business people would not say government should not do what it's supposed to do. Granted, no other business person said they were not going to leave that area. Because if you look at the video clip today, I had a meeting with entire young folks. And when you see the kind of people, they are all young girls who find it means to survive. And one lady told me she came from the interior to survive, to go to school. And that the business that keep a business will park into a warehouse, they broke into the warehouse to take a goose out, demanding her to go and pay before she can get her goods. But all of these stories, the people that are here right now, I cannot deal with them because the head of the institution is not in the country. So I hold my peace. I talk to them. You guys wait until the mayor return. When he do come to the city, we will engage the issue constructively. We will all work together to relocate you guys and see that things go fine. Our concern is there should be peace.
So, because relocation is the issue, when we speak to the city corporation, with the expectation that maybe they have somewhere around, maybe in the same vicinity, to relocate the sellers, since indeed they want to keep the area of the roundabout clean and green, according to the city corporation. But there are just few markets in this vicinity, like the LBS market that we all know. And that market, like I told the head of the communication yesterday, that is firstly not in a sanitary condition for anybody. Have you been there? Have you seen what's happening there? Is that a suitable area for marketers to move to?
Let me tell you something. The Painsville Junction today that we just laid out the quota you have around about. In developed country, these are areas, because the entire Painsville is the economic hub where you see people transacting. The whole area of coming to even the LBS is all transaction area. The stores are there, supermarkets are there. So you expect people to be flowing there, purchasing and be moving. That's the whole area of doing business. But I agree that you want to have a control on the way you are built. And they got a sidewalk. After the sidewalk, there is a feet away from the sidewalk beyond the pole. You can do a fine structure or design that get a beautification of the city, and even have people there doing business when they are not on the sidewalk to stop pedestrian from moving. But the thing is, one person do not have.
Is that a plan that you would recommend?
No, one person do not have a plan. When you get in, this is why we are in the private sector. We protect the private sector. You are in the municipality. So when you are having a meeting that has to affect the masses that we control, you have a call to the meeting for us to put idea together how we make it work. Because the people in which we are talking about are our own people, our own citizens. They are not foreign people that come in and say, well, let's get them out of the place. We need them to survive. When they start going out of the street, when they start creating other things, when they start taking drugs, it is a government issue. So we look for a way to find a mechanism to. Now you're talking about the market. The garbage has stopped part of the market you're talking about. Nobody can go there to live. It's already infested by a lot of germs and diseases. So it need to be clear. So before this thing can happen, the 3 months you think you gave them, you have been doing something to get place for them to go. And tell them, say, look, move your business order, because they have to survive. The bottom line is, in our country, people get to business because of the situation that we find in our country. If my cousin gave me $200 right now, I will not just put all into the pot. I will start to monitor and see how I can turn over that $200 of maintain my life. And this is why you see more people into the informal sector. Even recently, the Minister of Commerce created a registration center for informal sector businesses for them to be able to come in line, because we want to build a capacity to make them to go to formal sector to pay taxes to the government. So we cannot say we cannot work with these people. All we need to do, institutions that control them, get them informed. Gentlemen, what do we do to do this? Our aim, the objective of rescue, is not to make people to start crying overnight. It's to find a way to see how we improve the life of our people. It's collective. That's why I said holistically, we work together to achieve a goal.
You said that it was only on yesterday when the enforcement started that you got to know about this plan from the PCC. But I don't know whether you are aware since yesterday, whether you have heard that the PCC also has a plan for the red light area too. Because I know,
I don't want us to fail.
I just want you to, because I know definitely this will come up too.
Yeah.
Because when the road work was going on in red light, and because the marketers kept bothering the road workers, there was a plan, and they shut down most of the stores there to give the people chance to work. And it was during that time the business association to came up and started to talk again. They say, no, you people got to open the stores because these people are taxpayers. They need to sell and all of that. And this thing is going back to red light too. Probably will not affect the stores, but the street peddlers as well.
Listen to this. Let me tell you something. If you want to achieve anything in this country, you don't use military power. You have to use constructive administrative power. work with the representation of these people. Let them be able to be in the know and work with their people to see how to relocate them. If you want things to work in the country, it's not by you sitting in the office because I got control of the city. Let me move. Work with the actors in the city, into your city to achieve what you want to happen. We are not saying when the regulation or things are there, we will not make sure that, but we have to find a solution to make it work. It's not by force. You will not go and say, well, close the best so that no. How the person survive? So find a remedy. Okay, when we close the store down, this is the way the person going to go. Okay, Jeremy, you have to move this out. We're going to do this. Unless the person, after giving all the circumstances, telling them what to do, and they fail to do it, then you react.
Okay.
I wish that nobody going to tell you that you did not create a second position for the person to relocate themselves and they refuse. That becomes challenging of authority. But when you tell somebody you must move, get the person prepared because they are also providing resources or return to what they do to the government.
So, Mr. Strutter, as you are speaking now, even though you are awaiting the city mayor for this, discussion that's supposed to go on between the both of you, are these people, are you giving them any assurance that you are going to enter into this discussion with the Painesville City Corporation, and probably at the end of the day, there will be a solution that they will find somewhere suitable to relocate, and we will not find them standing around and disenchanted.
Trust me. The mayor of the city, Robert, is a best friend, and I believe we all have the same vision to see. We see the livelihood of our people going to another level. We want Liberian businesses to turn to millionaire. It doesn't work easily. You have to support them. So when Robert do get in town, the mayor himself will sit and look at issue. That's why I say it should be a holistic approach that everybody get on the table, everybody hands on the deck to make sure these things happen. We are not come to create chaos. We are not come to be having people taking or pressmen taking show, sending on media. This is what happened to Painesville, and this is what happened in President Barker government. No. This is not what we want to see happening. Let constructively engage each other. Gentlemen, this is a situation, but can we do it this way? Being close though, before you come to realize everything is moving. This is how we want to work. So I believe the message he sent to me, I'm not in country because I don't say in text like that before. So it means he know that something is happening, and this is why I'm calling. So maybe you know that the thing that happened is coming from a farm. So my banana bush the people are playing. So therefore he said, I will get to town and we'll be able to look at it. But I know that when he do get to town, we will reach a consensus that we will make things work. Even the one you just told me about for red light. If you got a plan to red light, we need to discuss the plan.
And the business association office is in one of the areas that this restriction is now being enforced. And I don't know which way you passed when you came here, but obviously you passed through the junction because I know it's the shortest way to get here. If you pass through the junction area, or you've been passing there since yesterday, what's your observation?
No, I passed through the junction. Even I talked to the people today. Like I said, I got a clip on my phone. They did a recording on my phone to everybody expressing their dissatisfaction on issues. And I told them, look, I understand how you feel. I feel the same way you feel right now, but please allow me to be able to meet the mayor, and I think we can reach a conclusion to we'll bring other here to the table to see how we can find an area to get here going. But with this, we cannot just make a decision because those who are the one that are acting right now, there is not a mayor because he is not in the country. So they are acting upon instruction. Maybe the way he told them to do, it's not how they're doing it. So we can't judge him when he is not present. So we leave it on the administrative level, allow me to meet him, and then after I will get your feedback. And they understood that. So they are all kind. Nothing is happening right now because he told me he was out of the country.
So my question was merely about how do you see it? Is it cool now that the city, the peddlers are not in that area? Does it
what
look
I saw
like
happening? The city do not need quietness. It's not a ghost town. You have to create some awareness into the area. Despite peddlers are around, even in the developed world, peddlers are all over the place. But you put them under a restriction. They get to know the guys now how they operate there. You can't have a place quiet and nobody moving. You think you're sitting. No, anybody hit from your airport or just feel that is there a ghost town? What a human being. You have to see people transacting. It's life. So, but again, with the way they were jamming the street, is why he wanted to see that demarcation, but not to say, oh, break the person or take away the person, confiscate the person goods. No, you can break down the tables if you want, but not the goods. What the goods got to do with your arrest? And number one, they are not violated the rules. Your rule says the next day, which are the first, nobody should be there. But you came overnight like a Nicodemus to go after them while they were asleep.
It said one thing that you will be going after to ensure that these people get their goods if they.
Oh yeah, sure. But while I'm waiting for a minute, I'm not going to talk to any subordinate at that place. I have to wait for him because I have sent a communication to him. The communication is between two of us. He said, I'm not in the country. So therefore, who am I going to speak to? I'm not going to speak to any subordinate. I wait for him. Because I also inform my lead minister, who is the Minister of Commerce. And so he told me, he said, oh, what John? I say, Rabo. I say, he's not, according to what he sent to me, he's not in country. So we all wait to see why it is. We have to work together. We want to make this thing to happen. We are not at fault.
Okay. All right. Let me just remind you that you're listening to the Bumper Show. This is the final segment of the program. My name is Jarp Davies. James Strutter, the president of the Business Association, that's the Liberia Business Association, is here with us as guests on the last segment of the program. Like always, we will give you the opportunity later to put your calls through and ask all of your questions that you want to put through. But I want us to go to the LIBA a little bit, the administrative part a little bit, because we got this information that recently, you and some of your colleagues were elected, but the vice president has resigned.
Oh, yeah. The vice president resigned because he do not have the capacity to be able to serve, because serving LIBA is a whole-time job. And he say he got a business to do. And so he can put the full-time into the place. And so if you can put a full-time to LIBA job, obviously, then why hold position? So he look at it because for his own view, I could tell you tomorrow morning I want to resign. I don't think it should be somebody that calls me to resign, because what we do there is administrative. We disagree and agree. So that's administration.
Is that what his resignation letter says, that he cannot put full time into the?
No, that was basically in our meeting first.
Okay.
We have an administrative meeting, and he said he couldn't put full time a business, gave him the data break, because LIBA is a voluntary work. Nobody pay you at LIBA. You have a sacrifice and come to LIBA if you want to serve your people. So it requires time. And so if you can't put in the time, obviously, if you're a woman on your business, you got to do it. But he know a reason why he resigned. But for me, it's administrative. Anything that you can do, nobody can force you to do it. And when you do resign, we got a rules on our board. People can resign.
And LIBA has been on the back of the previous government. Government is a continuity. We all know that, but you've been on the back of the former government, pushing for this huge amount in loan that you said you want to administer. You wanted something around 50 million. That 50 million will be used to provide loan to business people for a longer term and, a minimum interest. Did it happen? Are you still pushing this government so that can happen?
Government is a continuity, like you said earlier. We started the process with the World Bank loan that they gave Liberian government, and now I think three.
So besides the one you asked government for, that 50 that you were pushing for,
the government did not give that money at that time.
Okay, so
then government said they don't have money.
Okay.
So what we were waiting for is World Bank and other banks that were waiting to work with LIBA members.
You were waiting for?
Yeah, because what is happening right now is the World Bank loan that they gave to the Liberian government. They have documentation have been signed between 3 banks already to start giving to LIBA members.
Oh, so the money has not started going out yet?
No, I think it should be this month now, because we anticipated last month, the 15th, it was started, but maybe the banks are trying to put their own checklist out before they can start working. But I know effective this month, we should see.
What's the amount of money that's in this loan for the businesses that you're talking about?
If I'm quoting the minister well, I think 6 million have been disbursed, or 3 million, whatever the situation, 3 million have been disbursed to 3 banks. And so the 3 banks will start the process. If they go faster, they replenish what it is, like that.
Okay, so since you are LIBA, the businesses that are indigenous businesses, the businesses that need this money. What administrative power you have over this loan?
We had still discussing the issue on administrative power because the bank need to know that they should work with us to know who take the money. And I think today, I think my financial secretary went to see the deputy minister for small business administration on that identical note because we do not want the bank to start loaning this money to any other person instead of Liberian people because this money should build Liberian people capacity. So we are concerned that the bank should be able to work with us, give us their checklist to know that this is the requirement that we want. Then we can get our people to get through the requirement to get the loan. If they just use it like regular bank loan, obviously it will be switching to another direction that indigenous Liberian will not benefit. Okay. So we are working on the modality, and then there's a cordial working with the PCC.
So meaning that this money will be going at the terms of the various banks because you bank from bank to bank have their own terms.
I think there is a minimum charges on the bank on the loan from the government instruction on how the bank should be able to give a loan. So I think once they are agreed and they are set the record straight, then we can go ahead.
Have you talked the kind of businesses that you will target? Maybe small, medium, because
it's small, medium, and large businesses.
Okay,
the money is available. Once you got a requirement to credit the money, you can get it. So it's
what are the requirements?
No, this is why we say the bank have to give their checklist.
The bank will
when they do get a checklist, then we can work with the checklist with our people to make sure we get into the level to be able to access the money.
Okay. All right. So if you want to be a part of the program now, we will start to take your course with the time at 5:30 o'clock. James Strutter, the president of the Liberia Business Association, is with us in the studio today, and we're asking him several questions. We're discussing several issues. You want to be a part of it? Put your calls through on 0777-835-862, 086-616-580. Better still 0772-876-481. All of those numbers you can call 0772-876-481, 0777-835-862, or 086-616-580. Hello and welcome to the Bumper Show.
Hello, good evening.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm Abraham Sharif and I call from Johnsonville Township. And let me say thank you to your studio guest. And you asked a very brilliant question. And I still want to ask similar question. We want to know the criteria or the qualification for ones to benefit from such loan. So that's my question. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. But I think he said that they are still working on the terms. So as soon as they can reach an agreement, then business people will start to know, how they can benefit from the loan that we're talking about. Hello. Okay, this person left the line 0777-835-862, 0772-876-481, 080-616-580. Let's talk to the president of the Liberia Business Association, James Strutter. He's with us in studio today. But getting the loan is one thing, Mr. Strutter, and educating or helping these business people to grow, helping them to understand their business, because not all of the business people, are formally school, to the kind of business they do. So helping them to grow with this loan inside, helping them to grow so that they pay back and others can borrow. Is there any plan or any department at LIBA that's responsible for, business development and all of these issues?
Yeah, I think our business development chairperson was on the air. I think this is the reason why I did not talk about it, but we got a training set for our people already. This is why I said to you earlier, we are asking the banks to bring out their checklist. When the checklist gets to us, it's what we're going to use to train our people before you can access the loan. Because we do not want to repeat what people tell Liberians every time they do not pay debt. And believe me, trust me, Liberians, most of the people that go into business, they are not educated to what kind of a business you want to do. specialize in what kind of business they want to do. More people go to business because of the situation in our country, the condition, the livelihood condition in our country. So everybody want to do business. But now we are moving, they are thinking from one level to another level. And the level is, if you tell me you want to be an importer of this or you want to sell this, we'll train you, teach you how to manage what you are taking and how to pay your debt. So the business development chairperson, they are bringing a program to be training Liberian businesses. We're starting with Mosorado first, and then from there we start to go to the county. Because Liba is in the 15th county. All representations are ready. So we're going to be TOT, train you, trainer, to be able to start doing the training into the county while people are getting the loan and how to manage their businesses. Because we want to do specialization now into business. Because you see, if I see you selling phone and you are making more money, the first thing when I take a loan, I want to sell phone. But I do not know the jargon that you're using to sell that phone that making you to make that money. But if I get into this, I lost my money. So we want to teach you that, hey, you want to sell phone like James? Yeah, okay. So we'll teach you how it works. So the business development person, the training program, they are kicking their ball. I think next week they should be getting that training start.
And I will always remind you about this one, Mr. Strutter. And this is something, I don't know whether we are making any progress on it as a country. We sat down as a country, we put a policy together known as the liberalization policy. Very fine, set businesses aside, say like used clothes, like ice making, like block making. All of these things should be done by Liberians. But till today, we still find that Liberians are not fully involved. Leadership after leadership at the Business Association have come and gone, but then we still not seeing a ray of hope on this thing to be hinged onto. Yes, Liberians are doing this business because it is what the policy says.
Let me say something to you. That will be my last statement to tell you what is the next move of Liba. The Liberian Business Association and the Liberian policy on business people, exclusive rights for Liberian businesses, have not been given the opportunity of Liberian business long ago. Reason being because our certain never had money. So all the good things that we have on board for us to enjoy, foreigner took it away from us because the banks are in our country. How many Liberian banks you got here? You guys all banks are foreign banks. Even the PCC law that came about 25% and 75% go to the foreigner and 25% for us, the procurement law in the government circle. Government put that money into the system, and then even if Liberian may receive a contract for government to pay them back after doing the service, it becomes difficult. As a result, bank will say people cannot pay their bank loan. So Liberians have been finding it difficult, but I can tell you this government is bringing everything to the table. As we go to different meetings, we are discussing the growth of Liberian people. I can tell you, Liberians, yesterday were different, but what I'm seeing right now, the meetings I'm sitting in, the discussion that we are having now is in the best interest of the Liberian people now. And now, you will see coming September, the Liberalization Policy Symposium will be held at the ministerial complex. We will be getting to the public soon, but you just making me to jump the gun right now. But we are coming to the public.
People want to know because it has been too long.
It has been too long. You have been waiting too long. I was not even born when this thing started. But today we are here talking about it, and we'll leave it to go. But we want to start the process to start working now. So the symposium is going to be for 3 days. We're going to have the 3 branches of government to be represented to speak out. The 3 questions that will be on the table. And then after, we'll have dignitaries, foreign partners to come out and discuss it. Because sometimes this government, we do not want to just approach it to them and say, we want this to happen. People will think that the government want to be, they want to divide. So they want to do other people, get at some people. So we want to tell the dignitaries, the foreign partners in our midst, this is law. It's in the book. That this thing that set aside exclusive for Liberian owners should be able to do it. So in that case, when this symposium comes out, it'll bring it out to the picture. And then we ask the government, this time, our retail sector, we want only Liberian to be in the retail sector. Because there are 3 chains of business: importer, distributor, and retailer. Because Liberians do not have the money to import. They do not have the money to do distribution, but they can do the retail component. So that was the least our government gave them. But this list is no longer for Liberian. But we wanted this time, right? And there are so many other attributes or factors that we're going to be looking at.
This shouldn't be a problem at this time, especially when you've met the president and he asks you, like you said, are you ready for business? And you say yes. So all of these things form part of the business.
So this is the approach.
Okay.
Radical approach will not solve our problem. Getting the radio to talk about it is not going to solve our problem. We're going to relaunch our Liberian nationalization policy and tell the people what is rightfully for Liberians. We need it now to our table. And let me tell you something. We got a resolution already that is ready. That resolution will be going in before the symposium. And so after the symposium, we will be taking rightfully. I have said it to all foreign people that in the legally done before we engage, you will see that everybody going to live with our rules that is on that boat. So people telling Liberians may get paid. No, they can pay. But they have attributes that causing them to not pay some of their liability. If I went to China today with a one truck or I don't say a container of foams, I brought it into the country to sell. And then another Chinese making with 10 containers of the same foam. The Chinese may get it cheaper than me. He gets in the market, he reduce the price. He sort of import for all to buy locally, but he reduced the price. And then I brought it on the high cost. And then I have to sell before. The Chinese may bring the 10 foam in the store. He said the 450, I said my own 500. Because I know the cost I've accrued for this thing. I have to pay my loan, but he taking it from the factory and selling to make small profit and send it back to them. So if he can sell for 200 in store and come to the market and while I'm selling 250 and say, okay, you can get it to somebody for 225, who will buy my phone? So this is the reason why Liberians have been the way they are, because the retail sector that we're giving them the latitude to be able to make the business and pay that have been divided or almost taken by the foreign people. Go to China Mall. See that everything you sell outside your retail is sold inside the retail. So who will buy yours? You understand me? Go out there, you see people carrying sepe or the white guys going in the community, giving things to people for 3 months. It's a complete retail. How can you have the economy that way? So the law is not protecting Liberians. The law needs to protect its own citizens. To create safety into the market area. Then the people will be able to see that changing.
I don't care how tight or stringent the law can be, but you still find Liberians. And I gave it out to, for former Commerce Minister Wilson Tapper, who with you always push, even try to put in some, stringent laws that the issue of fronting. once you find any Liberian involved into it, that Liberian should be penalized to the letter. And I'm sure this is one thing too that's also crippling the sector.
Yeah, let me tell you something. There are two things that are happening right here. I know there are a lot of people that front 24 hours, but under certain condition, the people front for people to survive. Let's take for example, I'm sitting here, I got all the knowledge, I can do business, and I got a vision to do what I can do better, but I do not have a support. And you came as a foreigner. You said, "Look, Jimmy, I want to do this business, but I'll be paying you this." But they say a foreigner cannot do it. But you take the company like it is yours. And so therefore, then we can go for you to be able to get this. Because I want to survive. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Which is not a justification.
No, I come in. Because I want to survive, I get involved into that. But that's in the second place I'm going. We got a law that sort of penalize people that front. But you compromise those issues. How do you expect it to leave? Just a recent we were sitting in a hearing where Liberia came to front for white people. You understand what I'm saying? And the Senate saw that. And if I was in that seat, I was put in the jail for the set example on what we're talking about. But you see, sometimes when we compromise things too much, it runs after ourselves. And so we need to be very serious this time. This government have come with seriousness. The leader of this government, I'm not talking about the actors in the government, but the leader who we elected, who gave you 6 years guarantee to lead us, he have come with some seriousness to change Liberia, to make Liberia any other country in the world. Only some of us are who they are just given borrowed seat are the one that changing things overnight because the way we want to do them.
You think that people will try to undermine?
Don't worry about that. We will get to that. I told you the day we start to blow out the top, then the president will get to know. But we are still working with them. It's a new group of people. We're trying to make them to understand the gentlemen that work together. Some are understanding. Not everybody want to be bad. Some are understanding. Some want to do some tactics. But sometimes when you push them, sometimes they break.
Do some tactics in terms of what?
They want to play some game.
Okay.
But then when you push them small, you're really enlightening them that, hey, this is not where we should go. They come back to their senses. But we are saying human being will be human being. You understand? You will not get 100%, but at least you have 95 or 85%. But what I'm saying to you, these laws, these fronting laws are laws that we need to look at. But when we launch our liberalization policy symposium, and we have done with that, we'll ask the government to make sure the laws start to work on both. Let me tell you something. We have reduced another means in Liba that if you want the bank loan, the bank do not know where you're coming from. Maybe you're coming from way Bogronje in Sano and somewhere there. So we as Liba, because we got representation all over the places, will come in, do a full documentation with you, get you in order, and submit it to the bank, and guarantee you indirectly to the bank that you gave in the loan. We will monitor this loan, and you have a documentation with us directly that if you fail to do, we will move in and we'll make sure that rescue the bank money and make sure the bank get the money. So we need to do this thing to create that credibility that people say have lost, but we got work to do. And the only way we achieve is to work with understanding and one goal and one thinking.
077-835-862-0866-16580. Jim Strutter, president of the Liberian Business Association, is our guest on this last segment of the bumper show this evening. If you have questions, you have comments, you have recommendations, you can call to put them through on those numbers. Let me see, 077-835-862-0866-16580. There has been noise in the town with this issue of the port and a system called GTMS, and I think but let me take this call, then I will come to you with that one. Hello? Yeah?
I'm John calling from the LDA community.
Yes, take a minute. Let's hear from you quickly, sir.
The man is talking about the runaround era at ELWA. I think there's a need that I will recommend that they be put that will be able to serve the people that they are trying to move, at least to beautify the area, those glass, aluminum building, at least the put all around those areas, it can beautify the area.
Okay.
And to just move the people, because If they can just take down their name, those that are there, and just prepare them and pay. And after they put them there, they will be paying that money little by little so that at least that place can be beautified. Secondly, because that place is beautified, they have to have security there that will be down in the area that if anybody you have to just pull a plastic down, you pay the amount of $50 or $20 at least as a fund just to make the people to keep the area clean. So
Okay.
I think that's one of my recommendations.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to touch something again.
Yeah, do that quickly, please.
Yeah, you were talking about FDA, that the elephant were disturbing at Cape Mount. One thing is that this is now FDA being is that a lot of people have gone to the protected area and criminals have entered the protected area and vandalizing the area. And where the animals are to be, they are disturbing the area. So the animal have to leave the area and go for another resettlement. So
Okay.
if we have to stop the elephant from doing that, we need to work together in total environment so that we can make sure that our protected area are well secured. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And I'll come back to you, Mr. Strutter, to just because we don't have much time now to get your view on this issue of the GTMS, that system at the Freeport of Monrovia, that custom system, because many business people complain on this system that is not doing them good.
Let me say something to you. I think you are talking about Metex and GDMS.
Yeah, Metex. Yeah, especially Metex. Yeah.
Okay. Metex, we got a problem with Metex. And
we, meaning
the Liberian people, the business people.
Okay.
Because let me tell you something. Metex contract is a book of contract. I've been waiting over the time for the Senate to call me. And I can tell you, I'm saying it today. If the Senate do not call LIBA to hear what we go with, two things we got to do. We will create a condition that President Barker will call. Because you cannot exploit Liberians like that in this country. You come and say you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to do this. Yes, there's a contract, we agree. The contract, we know how the contract came about. We agree how you manipulate the contract to come about. Under the same stress we're going through. You say you're going to build, you're going to bring scanning machine, you're going to build a bunch of warehouses for Liberian people. You are not brought in one. But in 1.5 years, you generated $200 million US. And you and your partner went to a confusion, the force account. You created another company, you started collecting for another 4 years, 3 years, 2 years going to. That should be more than $200 million again that you have been collecting for Liberian people. It should be something up to $4 million that you have collected. And you are not brought a penny on board. We are telling you, yes, you have done enough, but we do not need you. So the money you are taking for the Liberian people on a false pretense, we want you to restitute that money to the Liberian government. And we are saying to you, if you do not, we will sue. The business people will sue Metex company. And I'm serious about it.
Yeah,
but our government...
Can you just take a minute, Mr. Strutter, to remind us or someone who's listening, how is this happening?
The thing is, LRA signed a contract with Metex during the late Tomodo's regime. While Tomo was stay on life, they stay hard the two because they got the SPV company, which is a Liberian company that's all do the implementation. The Metex Samteve, which is a pharmaceutical company that came from Dubai, is the one. But that company, the name came about only because the Beaver, who then were bidding for that process, could not use Beaver because we said Beaver must go. That was all making into the system. The same Beaver is the one that uses Metex. It's no different company. It's the same Beaver, only because they wanted to maintain Beaver. Now, we kick against it from the beginning, but government needed this thing to stay. Now, the work that Metex does at the port is just the same work of custom officer. But now, the reason why the port Metex is to exploit us. When you bring this phone from China for $5, your bill of lending, your web bill say $5 for one of the phone. They use a Brussels definition. You determine what you want to charge somebody. So when you say $5, they say no, that $15 will charge the rate on. That's the Brussels definition. And that definition will cut it off during Madam Sadi time. And we got GATT on the WTO. GATT means $5 charge. But they have been using that every time, taking 3 times the price of everything for the Liberian people. You bring $8,000 worth of good, they bill you 30 some more $1,000 to pay. And that money go to Meta, 20%, 80% go to Meta, 5% come to the government of Liberia. What is it that Meta have offered us for the 4 years now, and they continue to exploit it? While we telling our country do not have money, somebody drawing out $40 million within 4 years. And
so if you will recommend Mr.
I want Meta to go.
Okay, and what would be the replacement?
No, we don't need Metas right now. I can be very frank to you. The same way Meta been working with us, continue, give it back to the Liberian custom to do the same, and we can ask bank in this place to bring on those scanning machines. Okay. We can do that. We the business people who can do that. Let the people understand that Liberian businesses are new yesterday. They are not the Liberian businesses anymore. We are more advanced that can connect any international partner to come in this place to provide what we want.
Okay.
But you can't exploit the people.
Okay, Mr. Strutter, we are out of time. Anything finally you want to close with?
All I want to tell Liberian people, the President Barker is working hard, whatever the difficulties are, but we know that we will reach there. And we are coming there because our conversation is gearing toward Liberian growth. And so the government is doing extremely well because I'm into the meeting every day, and everything we talk is about Liberia. How Liberian can be better off than where they are today. So let's be a little bit patient, but we want to make sure we achieve the goal.
Okay, that's the voice of James Strutter, the president of the Liberia Business Association. He's been our guest on this last segment of the Bumper Show. So till tomorrow, let me say goodbye for now. My name is Jarp Davies. Wishing you all the best from Pinsville. Good evening and bye-bye for now.